Where are the advanced settings? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I don't know. I guess I'll just hold this bitch. Wait, did that? Damn. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Live chat. So, I guess I don't have long because my shit's not really charged. And also my jaw is still healing. Like, my tooth, if you missed what's going on, just watch my last live. Um, I don't know why all of a sudden I've been going live on this for a while and now it's like, change your orientation. Whatever. Okay. So, um, I don't know. I've recently come to a realization about the state of things here in the United States, and I wanted to talk to y'all about it. Okay, so because I follow a lot of artists on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all of that. Like, I follow a lot of artists because they inspire me and I look to them as like goals, right? So, and I also just love their work a lot of times. But a lot of these people that I look to and I like love their work, um, I'll just like see them. I've been seeing them succeeding for like a long time now, like years for some people, and I've just been like, yes, go them. And it like really has given me a lot of hope that I can succeed doing this kind of stuff. But like, especially recently, um, I've noticed a trend where people, especially artists, but like everybody really, like everybody's seen engagement go down. Everybody's seen like if they're getting paid for like bonuses for reels and stuff, they're getting less because they're being seen less, they're being pushed out less. A lot less people are like frequenting their websites and buying things. There's a lot less Etsy traffic, and a lot of people are like writing about like it's just so frustrating and like sometimes I just want to give up, right? And so like how to transition into the next bit. So I see a lot of that, and it just seems like it's not like any one particular person that is saying this, it's like across the board. Because I feel like I follow enough people from enough different places around not only this country, but like the world. Like, I do follow a few international artists as well, and it just seems to be like a trend, right, everywhere, but it's especially here in the United States, like for people who a lot of their traffic and income comes from people in the United States. And I've been watching a lot of TikToks recently because I've been basically on bed rest, so I've been consuming a lot more content because I'll just lay here and like watch something on my phone. But I think one of the big things to remember is that just the price of everything is sky high right now. Like, nobody can afford to own homes. Like, nobody's qualifying for mortgages. Nobody is hardly anybody is able to afford rent. A lot of people are like being evicted. A lot of people are being like threatened with eviction. A lot of people are having to choose between like paying exorbitant rent prices or paying exorbitant prices for food to eat, like whether or not to like starve or go without. Like a lot of people are faced with these choices these days, no matter how many jobs or how many hours they're working. And it's just getting to the point to where it's completely unsustainable. And I've watched TikToks where like people have said stuff about, like, they've got CEOs on recordings talking about how they're going to basically try and bleed us dry, how they're going to take as much profit as they can, basically saying they're going to continue increasing inflation without increasing any kind of wages, for working people at least. Because of course CEOs' wages and the people at the top of corporations' wages are like sky high right now. So basically, like, what they're saying is they're going to continue to pressure us and put pressure on us. And like we already know, if you don't already know, please look up about like all of the different like discrimination that does happen with things like, you know, redlining and all of, you know, like gerrymandering and like I don't know. There's so many things that make the most marginalized among us the ones to be hit hardest by all of this. Um and then like on top of that with Roe versus Wade, like they're making it to where like abortions are all but illegal. And so, you know, and they're making it harder and harder to access like good safe birth control methods. So they're making it to where nobody can afford anything, but they're going to force everybody to pop out babies. And then like we have such sky high, I don't know, I don't want to get into all of that, but it's affecting everything. Like the rates of depression and like all of that. Like all of those kind of rates are going up. And like mental health care especially, but like healthcare in general in this place is a joke. So like the fact that like everybody is not feeling well, everybody's overworked, everybody's overstressed, everybody's being pushed and squeezed to the limit. But like my message in all of this, right? Like taking all of that into consideration, my message in all of this, especially to my artist friends, is that I think we need to pivot, right? I think this is a moment where we don't need to give up on what it is we feel called to do. We just need to pivot and make what we are actually actively doing in life fit in somewhere into the grander narrative of the revolution. Because I looked it up this morning and there's actually several articles from as early as like 2018, 2019 talking about like, is America headed towards a revolution? Like there's all of these different indicators, right, that we might be headed that way. And especially with like all of the social movements we've seen throughout all of this, like especially since 2020, like you can't even count on one hand all of the things that have been going down. So I just need everybody, like, I don't know if people have been blipping in and out listening to me, and hopefully you can hear my voice and have been able to hear my voice this whole time, because I don't know if my microphone has been picking up on this. But if you can't really hear me, also go check out my TikTok. It's Ari the Ninja XD as well. I am gonna post a video about basically the same thing, but I think we all just need to bear in mind that we are like we're mid-revolution right now, and we need to be doing our part, whether that's striking, supporting striking workers. We really need a general strike, honestly, is what we need. But at the very least, we need to be supporting people where we can, building community connections where we can, standing up for each other in the face of injustice, and like finding solidarity in our struggles, you know? Like we need, it's not the struggle Olympics. We don't need to be like, it's not a pissing contest. We need to just like accept where everybody's coming from and be willing to build out of those experiences something better, you know? Like, everybody always wants to say, like, think of the children, think of the children, but, like, on a real, very real level, like, with especially the climate crisis going on right now, like, who is thinking of the children, right? Like, we all should be, because like the children of our society are like like they're our children. Like, it doesn't matter if I didn't birth them out of me, they're our children, and we need to do better for them and build a better system. And I have hope, at the very least, that we are capable of doing that. I know it's going to take a lot for us to get there, but especially to like my fellow artist friends, I just want y'all to hang in there, and maybe like, if you're not seeing too many sales, maybe like pivot and like try to start seeing what's going on in your local area, and like what you can actually be a part of and lend your voice to, and like, you know, be part of the bigger social movement that we are a part of, that we're called, like, do the thing that you're called to do, but do it in so far as like it is, I don't want to say useful, because like all like reasons around that, but like, we're in an era of utilitarianism. Like, we need to be useful to the movement. Like, it's imperative that we do so and do what we can. So, um, I don't know. I could probably like, I gotta get some water. I could probably ramble on about all of this for like a while, and I'm probably gonna talk more about it the next time I go live on Twitch. But I just think we need to like, the first step is recognizing where we're at. That's why I wanted to make this video and let us know, if you were unsure at all and you're like waiting for the revolution to happen, stop waiting for the revolution to happen. It's happening. It's right now. Like, this moment that we're in is a revolution, and it can be, especially like if you're willing to like do the organizing. Hello. Especially if like you're willing to do the organizing to make it happen. Like, we are the revolution, and we are midway through, like, not, maybe not even midway, we might even be still at the cusp of the beginning of this, but like, we're in the revolution now. Revolutionary times are happening, and we need to do what we can to support that forward motion and to dismantle the systems of oppression that are keeping us under the boot. That's what we need to do, for sure. I think that was about all that I had to say, actually. So, but yeah, I just, I don't know. It's really, like, we could also sit here and just talk about, like, you know, how nobody's like, everybody's like, oh, nobody wants to work anymore, but like, nobody's really hiring, or like, the people that are hiring want to pay you like a subpar amount and want you to have like 5 years experience or something. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the reason I don't have a job right now, is because I don't have the experience. And it's like, if it's a training position, if you're training me for the position, why should I need experience in that position if you're literally training me for that position? It doesn't make any sense. But like, I'll go on Indeed and stuff, and the thing is still listed there. Like, the job is still posted like 30 plus days later. And I'm just like, it's exactly BS. Like that. And then I saw on TikTok, I saw this other video of this CEO from Australia or something, talking about how they needed the economy. They needed, for the economy, they needed unemployment to go to 40 or 50%, because if unemployment was high enough, then it would force people to, instead of having this mindset, right, that we are owed what we are owed by the company because we're doing them a favor for working for them for their profit, for our profit, the fact that we're doing them a favor, they don't want us thinking like that. Like, he literally said that. He was like, we've got to kill that attitude and we've got to instill the attitude that we had before, where people are lucky to have the jobs they have. Like, literally saying the quiet part out loud. Like, we need to squeeze people until they submit. And I think that, especially with all the various movements that we've been dealing with over, like, even since before 2020, like, even since before 2016, you know, like, starting with even the before, like, the Me Too movement, and even before that with fucking Trayvon Martin, okay? Like, I remember I was in fucking middle school, bro, when Trayvon Martin got killed. And, like, I should have stood up and done more then, but, like, I was a fucking child, man. Like, in the middle of nowhere, like, we weren't gonna get national news coverage, you know? Like, what difference was I actually making besides just, like, talking about it with my friends and, like, maybe instilling in them some kind of, like, fire about it? But I digress, okay? So, like, it's been happening. It's been happening. Like, it's still going. Like, we are just kind of like at a boiling point now where things are about to really pop off, because they have been for a while. Like, it's been like it's been like dominoes falling, right? Like, one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. And then, like, even if you like look back before Corona, there was like Ebola. Before Ebola, there was like Zika, and like H1N1, swine flu, bird flu. There's been all these pressures all along, and like, they're just, at this point, they're deliberately trying to see how much it's going to take to, like, snap the camel's back. Like, they're no longer loading the straw one bale at a time. Like, they're loading, like, iron boxes on top of the camel, you know? Like, they're completely going over the top to try and force the reaction they want out of us. They want us to just keel over and submit. And I feel like, especially because so many people have just gone out and had kids, so many people are just so tired and just want a livable life. But I fucking swear, y'all, especially for the sake of the kids, like, if y'all just keel over and let them do whatever to us, they're going to do whatever they want. Like, they're going to take over. There's gonna be a fascist takeover if we don't do something about it, okay? So I really need y'all to, like, listen and become part of the solution. Okay? Because if we don't do something now, if we don't heed the revolutionary forces at work, we're gonna end up stuck in a corner that we're not gonna be able to dig ourselves out of. I don't think so. You know, it's, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else. I can ramble. I can ramble about it, but, like, I really don't know what else of substantial value to say on the topic right now. Because really, we just need to be rallying together and doing what we can. And yeah, it's been almost 20 minutes, and I have not been able to plug in my thing, my iPad, because it's making me turn it, like, or it won't show me the chat box or whatever if I have it turned the other way. But you've been able to hear me properly throughout this, right? Like, you can hear me properly. Hopefully. Hopefully I haven't been rambling on for 20 minutes with subpar audio. Cause this is important shit. But yeah, um, as you can see, there's not really like swelling or anything. Like yesterday and today would have been the worst. Like last night would have been the worst day of swelling, and there's really just not swelling. So I'm really glad about that. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. I think I'll probably end it there. Why not? Um, because like I don't know, if a lot of people were here, it I don't know, like if you have anything you want to discuss that's revolution related, or like anything about the state of America today, then we can talk about that. But other than that, I've kind of said my piece now at this point, and yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I could go into like all the little nuanced details of the shit for a while, but it would just be me rambling on in like tangential swirls and stuff. But yeah, so like if you're basically it all boils down to like if you're wondering what's going on and why it feels like we're being squeezed like a sponge to get every drop of liquid out of us, it's because we are. They're doing it deliberately. And so we need to take a deliberate stance against this kind of shit. And especially in a place where politicians are bought and paid for in the back pockets of corporations, um, something must be done. So, what are we doing? What are we doing? I am trying to recover to the point where I can be most helpful, is what I'm doing. So, yeah, I would like start getting involved now. So that when the shit hits the fan, you're not scrambling around looking for answers. You're not late. You're not behind. Way when the shit hits the fan, you'll be like prepared and like have a game plan. Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it there because I don't know how my battery life is doing. And I'm also quite tired. I think I want to just like lay back and maybe watch some videos or take a nap or something for a while. I think I'm gonna do that, and I hope that you have a good rest of your day, whatever day it is you're watching this. Hopefully, you see this sooner rather than later. I hope lots of people see this. Um, Lots of the right people see this because, especially for my art friends out here, just trying to like, or like content creator friends, especially if you're trying to put good and positive things out into the world and you're just not seeing a lot of return on what you're trying to do right now. It's because we're all pressed and they're doing it on purpose, and we need to unite and use our powers for the greater good. Okay, that's all. That's all, is we need to pivot a little bit. Pivot! Just pivot! Just pivot that shit. That's all we need to do. That's it. That's it. We just need to find the ways in which we can be most valuable to the cause right now. However that looks, like, because it's not going to look the same for everybody. There's no roadmap. Your area is going to be different than my area, like it just is what it is, and I wish I could help you more. But if you do want to talk more about that, you can hit me up on whatever social medias, or like we can have a chat about it in the Discord server. All of that should be linked in my bio. Just take it easy, man. All right, because like we're going through some hard times right now, and nobody should be looking at themselves saying, why am I going through this? What about me is causing my life to be hard right now? Because I promise you, I can almost 100% guarantee you, even if a little bit of it is your fault, most of it's not your fault. It's the system right now. So just hang in there and do what we do what we can. We'll all be doing what we can. United. When we're united, they will have a harder time. Well, let's give them a hard time. Let's do it. All right. I think that's about where I'm gonna sign off. Thanks for the like. I think that's where I'm gonna sign off. I really hope this has at least opened your eyes to what's been going on, or like given you some information that can hopefully be helpful. Something. I hope this has helped in some way for you to feel not as alone in all of this, because everybody's going through it right now and they're doing it on purpose. I can't reiterate that enough. They're doing it on purpose. On purpose. So we need purpose. We need to proceed with purpose. Let's do that. All right. Until next time, this has been Ari Talks about things. So take it easy. Bye.